Yeah, and like you said, people don't often come back, and when you look at the statistics, 10 to 15% of the time the heart can be restarted, but even half of those patients who survive will have some sort of brain damage. Is that kind of the stats that you know as well and have seen kind of in practice?
Yeah, so I mean, the stats can vary a lot depending on your situation. There are a few modifiers. One is how quickly do you get to someone after they've had a cardiac arrest, okay? So if someone died in their sleep or something and they didn't have a DNR in order and a family member wakes up and says, oh my God, this person's not breathing and we have no idea how long they've not been breathing, that person's not coming back. It's very, very unlikely, right? But, and I remember as a bystander once, like completely not as a medical professional, someone was crossing the street and just collapsed. And I immediately started doing CPR on this person. And so did like a fireman who happened to be a passerby. Maybe this person had a chance, right? Because the timing
it was perfect. I remember even the nurse had like a mouth-to-mouth thing. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, they have one of these valves that you can kind of put, and she just happened to have it. I'm not sure if she got it from a store nearby or something.
I think she said she always carries one because she's a nurse and she's just seen this happen so often.
God, to think that you see this happen so often. But so there's a difference between, the amount of time that you spend down. There is a difference in also, what kind of patient you're starting with, right? So, an old 87-year-old person who we know has a bad heart, has had previous heart attacks, strokes, what have you, is very different than a 40-year-old who just has, now a newly discovered, like, an electrical disturbance in their heart. And, you might need to give someone one shock and they're perfect and they wake up right away. They don't even need to go to the ICU. They walk out of there.
Wow.
But, the 87-year-old is... the chances are just very different. So all comers, I would say probably less than 10% after a cardiac arrest would survive to discharge. It's probably most of the papers that I've seen. But within that, there's incredible variability to having, a far less than 1% chance of survival. And we know that as you're rolling in the door to, maybe like 30% chance of survival and actually living a full life afterwards. Yeah.
Right, so it's very context dependent. If you're a young person and you have not very many medical conditions to worry about, this is likely you want to receive these chest compressions and anything the doctors can kind of throw at you to save you.
Yeah, and to be clear, like chest compressions, we said are one of the things, the shocking machine where we deliver like the high dose of electricity to kind of try and jolt your heart back into a normal rhythm is another thing. And then the breathing machines are an adjunct that we generally require as well.
Thanks for checking out that video. I hope you liked it. Here are a couple more for you to check out. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel.